Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about internal rate of return calculation using Excel formulas. So there are two formulas are there for calculating internal rate of return. First is IRR, second is XIRR. And the arguments used in these formulas are for XIRR, two arguments are used. That is, first is value, second is dates. In IRR formula only one argument is used, that is value. We will discuss the difference in the due course. So this XIRR formula, it returns the internal rate of return for a schedule of cash flow that is not necessarily periodic. So let us assume that you have a cash flow. Today you have invested in a project and now you are getting a cash flow generated at uneven period. Like sometime it is you are getting a cash flow at 20 days interval, sometime at 1 month interval, sometime at 15 days interval. So this formula will be useful in that particular aspect. And for IRR, it calculates the internal rate of return for a series of periodic cash flows. So when the cash flow dates are or the periods of the cash flow is common, like every monthly interval you are going to receive a cash flow or every yearly interval you are going to receive a cash flow, then IRR formula will be useful. So let us try to understand it by an example. Here is example. Today, on the date of creation of this video, that is 31st May 2021, we are investing in a project and the amount of initial investment is 1 lakh. We have three options. We can choose from project 1, project 2 and project 3 to find out which particular project is going to be more beneficial to us, which is going to fetch us more return. So these are the three projects. Now in the first project, we are going to generate subsequent receivables in this manner. Like initial 4 months we are going to generate 12,000, initial 4 years we can say, then subsequent 3 years it is 15,000, and then subsequent 3 years it is 18,000. So total cash flow generated in this particular project is 1,47,000. The second project is first year we are generating 11,000, second year 12,000, then 13,000, 14,000. So it is increasing by 1,000 every year, and in the last we are getting 20,000 as receivable. The total receivable generated in this particular project is 1,55,000. The third project is just a reversal of the project 2, where initial cash generation is higher. So first year we are generating 20,000, second year we are generating 19,000, and then it is reducing by 1,000 every year. The total cash flow generated in this project is 1,55,000, which is similar to what we have generated in case of project 2. So now let us try to work out using IRR and XIRR formula to understand what is the concept and which project is beneficial. So first we will calculate the IRR. I will rub these. So go to the insert function tab, and from here you have to select IRR. I will take it from here because I have previously used this formula. So IRR and then values. So in IRR function you have to simply select the values. So initial outflow of fund and subsequent inflows. Outflow you have to take in negative, subsequent inflows you have to take in positive, and press OK. And you will find that 7% is the internal rate of return for this particular project. So out of these three projects, you can clearly see the internal rate of return for the last project, that is this one, is higher at 10%. So this project seems to be more viable. Now let us try to work out the XIRR. So go to function tab again and select the XIRR, and in that first column is value. So put the outflow and the inflow, and second column is date. So this particular feature of date is enabling us to account for the uneven cash flows also, which are not at a proper periodic level periods, and you will be able to get that the XIRR is 7.01. Roughly we can say the same. Second, values, and then dates, and then the third one, so values and then the dates. So now you can see prima facie, if I reduce the decimal places, in rounding figure, this is showing the same result. But where the difference is, like here you can see all the cash flows are at regular yearly interval. Now if I change some cash flow in between, let us say instead of 21st May 2025, this cash flow is going to come on 31st of December 2024 itself. Then what is the value? Then if you increase the decimal places, you will find, you can see instead of 10%, it is going to be 10.11. So this is the impact that this XIRR formula takes care of the broken period cash flows also, or we can say where the cash flow is not necessarily periodic. Like second also we can change, instead of 21st May, let us say this cash flow is coming on 31st of January 2028, and you can see the formula is giving us the desired internal rate of return. So accordingly, you can use this XIRR formula is I can say is giving us more fair value in comparison to the IRR formula. So I will prescribe to use XIRR formula wherever you have the cash flows available, even though those are periodic or not periodic, but XIRR formula will enable you to change the dates of the cash flow subsequently. This IRR formula will not allow you to change that because it is not taking care of these dates. So I hope this formula is clear to you. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe.